Good day, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Napoleon Macro Show. We have two stocks on the list today, two requests that's been coming in. AMD NVIDIA. So we're going to take a look to see where can this beautiful story guide us here. So welcome back, loyal family. If you're new here, we explore price action only. By the way, if you're stopping in for me to tell you where to buy and sell, unfortunately, I cannot help you with that, but I will take the time to explain the story behind price action. This channel will more than likely be beneficial to you if you study candlesticks or market fluctuations. This way, going forward, you can kind of determine the direction on your own there as I explain the story and what's taking place, behind the scenes here in the candlesticks. All right, so welcome back, loyal family. If you're new here, we explore price action only. So let's go ahead and dive right into the charts here. So today's August the 10th, 2021, and the current price, we'll start with AMD. It's going to be $105.85, slightly negative 1.5% for the day. Okay. All right, so welcome back, ASMR Analysis. I think we said that. So what we're going to do is we're kind of zoom out. I think it's pretty clear for everyone to know that AMD and NVIDIA are in overall uptrends, very aggressive uptrends. And if we could just kind of very quickly point out the previous level of resistance, that's going to be right about there at about $95.72. Will it ever get to that level? Well, if the market wants to have a sustainable upwards trajectory, in some cases what will happen is the market will just kind of come back down to the previous level of resistance just to make sure everything is intact and the buyers are sufficiently here protecting the price, and then it'll have a brief test of the previous level of resistance and then continue higher. Just visualize it as kind of walking through multiple rooms and doors, and the rooms and doors, or the rooms actually being consolidative phases, right? Like kind of the room, you kind of walk into the room, kind of break within the consolidation range. So you're within a room and you want to go over to the next room, and then you open the door, and opening the door would essentially be breaking through the resistance level that's holding the price down, and kind of closing the door, so to speak, will be just kind of back testing it as resistance as you continue to consolidate within the next room, potentially opening the door of the next room to break out into the higher side, and then close the door behind you. Hopefully that made sense, guys. Essentially, you're just looking for consolidation ranges to break above a resistance level and back test it as support and continue higher. Okay, so if you notice here, weekly candles, of course, my infamous weekly candles. TO is kind of the top out. Notice this very large shadow at the AMD weekly candle here, August the 2nd. So this leads me to believe that there's some pretty interesting selling going on. And I also took note of the actual volume. Let's pull up the volume so you can see that. So one of the things that I'm noticing with the volume is there was a lot of volume exhausted in this weekly candle with a very large exhaustion wick, very large wick at the candle. So that leads me to believe that, the bulls might be exhausted here in the short term. But although there has been a rejection there, what I do is I go back to the previous candle of aggression, so to speak, and then I put a horizontal line at the close of that candle. So I'll just put a line right about there. Okay, so I'm just basically looking at this candle right here on the week of July the 26th, 2021, and then you would use that candle as your potential control candle. And what will need to take place next is, since it's obvious that the sellers are interested in pushing the price down to the downside, noticed by this very large exhaustion wick, what you want to do is find a level of some sort of support, and right now that's going to be at about $106.39. I'm like, dude, you don't see the price is already below there? What are you talking about? Yes, I do see that, but remember, the buyers do have an opportunity to push the price back up and close above the $106.28 because there's still 3 days and 6 hours on this active weekly candle. I do personally think that the market needs to cool up because it experienced a really nice move to the upside over the course of the last 3 weeks, starting at this candle here. Let's erase the volume, clean the chart up. All right, on this weekly candle here, July the 19th, that week thereof, 3 weeks thereafter, really nice push to the upside, experiencing a 44% move to the upside, okay? So in some cases, you have to at least get back like 50% of those gains. So where would that leave the price? Some may ask. So I just pull out my Fibonacci retracement tool. And what you do is you just kind of start from the most recent swing low. Okay, we always do the same thing. Swing low, and then you measure it from the highest level of the wick there. And I could just kind of speculatively say that the market would at least come back down to, well, the 618 is right here at about $99.15. But I think the 50% retracement level is, if I could find that very quickly, is going to be 50% retracement. Wow, that's interesting. I don't see it. We'll just, yeah, it's right here, guys, right there. All right, perfect. All right, so right there at about $103. So that's actually the 50% retracement, $103.73. When you get a really nice move up like that, typically you're gonna get a 50% retracement from the most recent swing low to the swing high, not the overall market, guys. Not a 50% correction in the overall market. No, not that big of a correction. All right, so yeah, so 103 potentially. You got the 618 at about $99.15. Expect some more volatility to the downside, but I think towards the close of this week, the buyers may actually step in and push a price at least up through $106.39. So let's see how that ages. I guess it's not necessarily a prediction, but it's just something that I notice that happens on markets that move up very quickly in a short period of time. Okay, let's take a look at NVIDIA. All right, see what's going on with NVIDIA. The market price is going to be $286. I'm sorry, $200.86. Slight negative 1% for the day. Okay, NVDA. Okay, is the ticker symbol. All right, so NVIDIA is a little bit different here. It looks like the market is also up against some sell pressure. Same thing though, we have 3 days and 6 hours to close on this active weekly candle, this little red candle you see here. I'm noticing this is a reversal candle just next to this red active candle. This green candle here is a spinning top. It did wick near the highs. This DT represents double top with a question mark. Not sure if this is actually going to be a double top. We have to wait until the markets decide that. If the market does move down, I'm not going to say the market's moved down, guys. I think that the market players will step in here in the short term. But there's actually something that I noticed on the video that from the higher time frames, it looks like this market really wants to move lower, guys. When I say like really lower, at least like $171. Okay, that's pure speculation. I need more price action to determine that. Right now what we're up against is a close on the weekly candle. Expect a potential push to the upside if the sellers can't break below $197. Expect the market players to push the price to the upside, okay, towards the close of this weekly candle. Again, 3 days and 6 hours to close. You have the date and everything. Okay, so essentially in a nutshell, guys, we're up against active weekly candles. Okay, so we must let the candles close for the next 3 days to 6 hours, assess where the market is. If this market is going to have an official double top, that's not what you want to see in an overall uptrend. That would just simply open up the door for the sellers to attempt to push the price to the downside. You have my conservative move to the downside level. Holy, no, I don't think you got that. It's $186. That's my conservative retracement level if the market experiences more downwards pressure over the next 2 to 3 weeks from today. So expect that. But the buyer's obligation, let me give you that level, is going to be to break above the right there about $207 here in the short term, preferably on this active weekly candle. So if we can get a turnaround here towards the close of this active weekly candle, then yeah, the buyers are in control, guys. But yeah, if you look closely here, you guys know I also look at the time. Look at how long it took for the sellers to push the price down. Okay, remember? Let's see if I could do this really quickly here. This rectangular, right? These 2 weekly candles, 2 weeks to push the price down, and actually took 3 weeks to move the price up. And it actually got wicked near the level where the sellers started to enter the market, like right up here. It's so many lines going on right now, you can barely see it. All right, so that's kind of somewhat of an exhaustion here in the short term. But again, let's let the markets close. You get more of the volatility towards the close of the weekly candle. So the market buyers do have an opportunity to step in here. So I don't think this is kind of a doomsday video. Let's just point out the levels, and hopefully you guys can do something with that. And of course, NVIDIA is also in an overall uptrend, guys. Really, really simple. If you see that green circle, the only thing that I did was on this chart, I actually found a very old resistance level where it started having resistance all the way back in April 2016. Not very old, but, you know, about 4 to 5, 6 years old. And it's been kind of fighting with that level ever since then. And as of recently here, the market broke above that level, represented at the green circle. So we're in territories that the market has not been in some time, over 6 to 7 years. 6 to 7 years, or however many long it is, guys. All right, let's see. In 2021, so like, my math is off. 6 years, something around that number. Okay. So yeah, we're pretty high on the scale here. Can it continue higher? Yeah, sure. Let's let the markets decide that. All right. But that's all the information that I have. If the market creates a double top, expect this market to move lower. We should know that in the next week or two, at least. Okay. So hopefully this is enough information, guys. Remember, this channel is not to tell you when to buy or to sell. It's to point out the levels for you to assess your own strategy. We went over this in the beginning of the video. I'm going to say it again. So yeah, just understand that my videos just age with the knowledge of price action. Okay. And we do make predictions sometimes. But this video, there is no prediction. All right. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully it's useful. So go ahead and leave an appropriate thumb just below the video if you enjoyed the content. Leave a comment so that the YouTube algorithm can promote the video. If you're new, we also cover the alternative markets. If you're into Bitcoin and altcoins, so kindly subscribe to the bell, and we'll send you that information when it is available. All right. So thanks for stopping out. Be sure to always keep that positive energy flowing. Okay. Be kind. All right. We'll talk soon. Execute your strategies. If I didn't say that, it's very important. And bye for now, guys.